Yes, we got ship boosters, we got explosions, we got rocket trails. Not bad for first using particles. I'm pretty happy with this. This is nice. What's up, everybody? Axe Wizard here, back with some more game shenanigans. When last we left off, we just defined a script that allows us to set ship variables based on a sprite. So that means that, you know, our little shuttle ship doesn't have 50 billion weapons and moves like a bus. Now it's got 2 little weapons and actually moves like it's meant to. So before I jump into defining like the weapon slots and all that stuff, which is what I was thinking I was going to tackle, I actually just want to tackle getting back to what I was trying to tackle like 2 episodes ago when I started using particle effects, is I just want to make my ship boost, and I also want to make an explosion for when a rocket hits something. So let's explore that, shall we? So let's go back to our controller. This is where we defined a lot of this particle system stuff. So I'm going to do missile trail here. We already did that, so that's good. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to specify. We also need to do like a missile explosion. But we can, I'm going to put a big to-do on that. For now, I want to work on ship thrusters. And so I'm going to do global dot p type ship thruster equals part type create. Okay. So now we've created our particle type for that. Now we need to define a bunch of stuff here. So I think honestly I'm probably going to use a lot of the same stuff. And what I would like to do with this is that I'm going to copy this and just swap this out for all this stuff here. The oh so exciting copy paste. I could do Control F and search and replace, but I'm already like done, so whatever. So let's get rid of, we don't need that color mix. So what we're gonna do here is that pixels might work fine. Let's go back to the documentation. So particle types. And I wanted to take a look at particle shape. Here, so these shapes here. So I'm thinking that, so pixels are pretty tiny, but that's fine. I'm thinking what would look best for the thrust. Would it be flare? Was that what should work best? Let's give that a shot. Let's just try. So we're going to do PT shape flare. And then for particle type size, okay, so this size is technically scale, so we want that to be a lot smaller, so than 3 to 5 here. So you see size minimum down here, so let's do 0.2 and then we'll do 0.5. For the life, I think 5 and 10 will probably be good. For the direction, I guess that works fine. For the speed, that looks okay to me as well. For the color, though, what I was thinking we would do is we would start with C cyan or whatever. What's that color? Where do we view our color constants? Let's come on, colors. Set draw color. Why is it showing me drag and drop stuff? I don't like this visual stuff. Give me, oh come on. Holy balls. Let's just GMS2 color constants. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you so much. Boom. Color and alpha. Here we go. So C aqua might work for our thruster. I think that's basically what we were using before. So let's do C aqua. And then I think maybe that might be kind of cool to see it change from orange and then to go black. I don't know. Let's increase this to maybe 15 to 30, 15 to 20. Just to see what happens. There we go. So now we have a thruster particle. So what I think we're going to do is that on our ship, we also need to define thruster locations, like thrusters. So array of thrusters determines where the particles are emitted from when we accelerate. Okay? And so what this is going to do is this is going to be an object or a struct. And I think I'm just going to have like tx, ty for the things here. So I'm just going to leave this as an empty array right now. So we're just going to say thrusters equals empty array. And we're going to set this to be array of weapons for now. Array of weapons. Okay. So then now that we have this variable created, I'm going to go down here to my initialization script. Let's minimize this so we can see. And I'm going to also set our thrusters. So thrusters equals this. So let's start with ship 1 here. So if I change my argument here to ship 1 and I hit save, let's quickly map out where the thrusters should go. So I'm gonna hit F5 for my little fancy debug mode, and I kind of want a thruster here. So that is what, -73, -20. So we're going to say tx equals -73. Ty equals -20. Okay. And I'm going to want a second, at least like 1 or 2 more thrusters. I'm going to say 2 more for this ship. And the next thruster is going to go like right here, I would say. So that's -8111. -8111. And then the last one I think is just going to go like over here. So -8845. -8845. -45, yeah. Wait, no, I think that was +45, wasn't it? Oh, wait, what? That was 40. Yeah, -8845. So I think this was also supposed to be just 11, not -11. There we go. So now we have our thrusters defined here. Cool. So now what we're going to do is that in our step event here, whenever we do our acceleration, rather than setting our image index, because we're not going to be doing that anymore, we are going to emit thruster particles. And so how we did that before was, where's my projectile? I'm just going to copy a lot of that code. So we're going to set what the region is, and then we're going to burst it. So I'm going to copy this. Copy. Go back up to my ship here. And I think what I might do is I might just make this a script. Because this can be pretty annoying. Actually, I'm only going to be doing it like... Yeah, I'm going to make it a script because I'm also going to have to do it on enemy ships too. So I'm going to create a new script. And I'm going to name this SCR thruster. Let's see, I'm going to say emit thruster particles. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to take in, actually we're not going to take in anything because we're already going to have access to everything that we need because we're going to be calling it from our ship, which is going to have all the variables and the script will have access to it. So I am simply going to cut this and I am going to say SCR emit thruster particles. So every step that we're pressing W to accelerate, it's gonna emit all these particles. So what we are going to do is I'm gonna paste this here, and then we're gonna work with it in a bit here. So let me minimize this again. So what we're gonna do here is first of all, I want to iterate through all of our thrusters. So what we are going to do is for a for loop. I'm gonna actually comment this. Iterate through all of our thrusters. So we're going to say for, and we're going to say var I equals 0, because arrays start at 0 index. And we're going to say I is less than, how do we get the length again? Array length, okay. It's different for every programming language. Array length, and we're going to say thrusters. Okay, and then after we're done, we're going to increment I. There we go. So here is our for loop. So what we're going to do is that we are going to put this code inside of this loop. And what we are going to do is we are going to say emitter region. We're just going to do thrusters. And we're going to be using the I to determine what index. And we're just going to be using these as our X and Y values for that. And then the emitter system that we're going to be using is actually P-type. Come on, what is it? Ship thruster. And the amount of particles is going to be 10. I think that's fine. So let's get rid of this. Okay, so we are going to determine where the particles should be emitted from. Emit a burst of particles. Eee! Save. So now we did that for ship 1. We also want to do a thruster for like ship 3. We'll worry about the other ships later, but for right now, that's what we're doing. So, let's see, player ship, create event. Let's just see if ship 1 works, right? Yes, we want to stop the current running game and restart it. Okay, so if we accelerate, we should see particles. I don't see oh wait. Yeah, I don't see particles. Huh. Oh, I know why. I did it wrong. I'll tell you exactly what I did. We want to do our own X plus this. Our own, actually no, yeah, we could just our own Y plus. So remember those XY coordinates that we mapped out for our thrusters, those are relative to the ship X and Y. So we'll do Y plus and Y plus. Save. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. That doesn't look right though. It's not accounting for for when we rotate. But I mean, that looks pretty cool. It's not bad. That's pretty sweet though. So we're getting it closer. So now what we need to do, we probably need to do what we're doing in our weapon code here. So we're calculating length and direction based on... Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. So we're gonna copy this from our weapon sprite, because that's handy. So we are going to put this here. Boom. We're going to set... Okay, so what we're going to do here is the rel x, rel y, rel x, rel y. Okay. Point direction 0, 0. What did I copy this code from? Weapon. How is this working? 0, 0. How is this working? It doesn't make any sense to me. This should be set to... Oh, I know why. Derp. I should have commented my code more. That way I'm not so confused. So, since it's relative x and relative y, we're just basically calculating where that is from a 0, 0 standpoint. So, that's what we're doing there. So just for ease of use, I'm going to say rel x is going to equal thrusters tx. And the rel y is going to equal the thrusters dy. Rel y equals boom. Let's see. We're going to potentially be modifying these values. So save them to temp variables. Calculate the direction. Since we are using relative xy coordinates, we can use 0 as origin. And then for length calculation, we don't want any negative values. That's good to go there. Perfect. So then what we are doing is, I think in our draw event is where we were doing that stuff earlier. Draw. We're drawing the weapons. Oh no, we were... Every step after we were done, we were updating weapon position. So we had a whole script for that, too. That's right. Whew, this is fun. Okay, so it's fixed. So it's just x plus length through x and y plus length through y. That's all we're doing there. So I'm going to copy just this part. Copy. And what we are going to do is x plus length dir x, and the length is going to be len, and the direction is going to be dir. Yeah, so this should be what we need here. I'm pretty sure. Oops, I've got x plus x. That's not going to work out. So x plus, and then we're just going to do, I'm just going to copy this. Length dir y. So again, remember the length direction x and y coordinates are just basically, it's sort of like getting our offset. Len and dir. So I think this should work now. So let's try this now and just see what happens. And then if it works, I'll put more comments and explain it better. That is not working at all. Oh, because we're not... Derp. So the direction, right, because we're not updating our X and Y every time, right? Weapon position. I got too many things open, man. Get this out of the way. Okay, so we were determining what the offset length and direction was. That's fine. No, this should be working. We're not determining the length, though, is the problem. Well, oh yeah, we are. Because we have our relative at X and Y. We're setting that. We're getting a point direction. And then, so I think what we need to do is we need to say direction equals, I'm going to say image angle plus point direction. Because that'll be where we're going to place it. So I think that should work. Let's give it a shot. Hey, it works. Looks kind of goofy. But I think it kind of works. Nah, that looks weird. I don't like that. Okay, so what we have to do is we're going to have to determine, let's see, emitter region, shape, distribution. So how do we determine a dynamic direction? DMS2 particle dynamic direction. Part type direction. Okay, I think we can just update the direction for the particle type as we call it. So, okay, let's do, let's see, set the direction that the particles should be emitted from. So I'm going to say part type direction. For the index, we're going to be global.p type ship thruster. The direction is just going to be image angle. Because no matter what, we always want it to go where our image angle is. So I'm going to make this multi-line here as well, because these do have some long arguments to it. So direction max is going to be image angle. Direction increase, I'm going to say 0. And for the wiggle, I'm also going to say 0. So I think this should maybe look a little better. Not really. Problem is, I don't have a good way to update particles that have already been created. So no matter what, they're always going to go the problem is, like, I'm creating a particle, and then, like, my ship is, like, moving, and the particles will keep emitting out the same direction as where they were when they were created. I mean, this kind of works, though. Just not really great. Come on, baby. I mean, it's a cool idea. I wonder if we can just not worry about the direction. And in our particle type, with our object controller here, we just set the life to just be like 1-to-1. Like, it doesn't last very long, so that way it just looks like there's always like a little bit of thrust going on. Oh no, it doesn't show up at all. I don't see it. Where is it? Maybe we gotta do 2. 3-to-3 maybe? There we go. Look at that, we got ship thrusters! Whee! Okay, I do think we need to update, like, the position, though. But, I mean, we got thrusters working. Look at that. That looks pretty good. So I think that... Let's see. We want to move that bottom thruster, the one, like, right here. I think we want to move that out just a little bit more. And then this one, we want to move this one in. So let's go to our init ship for our thrusters. See, we want to move this one in, so we're going to decrease that. We want to move this one out a little bit. I think we're going to increase that. So let's see if that makes any difference on how it looks. It looks a little better. I think this one needs to go in just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. So let's 69. It doesn't really make a noticeable difference that much. Oh wait, I was editing this for ship 3, which we haven't even which we're not even going to really do. This is only going to have 1. So if we go up here, so let's say 71, we'll make this one 90. Let's see if this works. There we go. That looks better. I like that a lot. So I don't know if I'm happy with the color. So maybe we just change the particle to just be a 2-color particle. Where's my object controller? Here it is. So let's copy this, or let's just make this color 2, and then we'll get rid of this sea orange in the middle. So it'll just go from aqua to black. Save, and let's run it. Yeah, that looks like a ship thruster. That looks great. Here, suck on that. Boom. Okay, cool. So we have that. That works pretty well. We have ship thrusters. Cool. So now let me set a ship thruster for my little shuttle ship that I was working on. So if I go back up to my ship, I'm just gonna close all but this. That way I don't have to navigate through a bunch of stuff. And in my create, I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna initialize my ship. I'm gonna do ship 3 because that's my shuttle right now. And then I'm gonna go to my object controller, which is where my particles are set up at. I'm gonna need that, and then I'm gonna need my init ship. Okay, so for ship 3, we want to figure out where we're gonna make the thruster for that. So to do that, I'm gonna start it. It should give us our little ship. I'm gonna hit F5, and I want the thruster to be about like right here. So -9 and I'm gonna say -9 and yeah, just -9 and 0. Oh, -69. Nice. -9 and then 0. So if I save this, I'm gonna, if I move forward, it's gonna have a really odd thruster thing there. So let me save this, and now that I updated that position, we should be able to have a good thruster. Whee! Look at that. Nice. Kind of works, kind of works. Pretty happy with it. I'm happy enough anyway. I think I will reduce the life of that thruster though. What if we just do 1-to-1? Like, because before we didn't have the right. Oh right, it doesn't show up at all. That's right. What if we do 2? Save. There we go. I wonder if it wasn't showing up because we had 3 colors, and in order to transition between colors, you have to have at least 3. But this looks perfect. I'm very happy with this so far. Whee! I like how our guns are almost bigger than the entire ship. Pew, 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 pew. Sweet. Okay, cool. Now let's do our rocket explosion, because we have to figure that out. So, missile explosion. So we're going to do global P-type missile. We're just going to do P-type explosion, right? Equals part type create. Cool. Oh, and one very important thing that we need to do is I think that we need to do cleanup on our particle systems. So, memory management. The most important thing to remember about GameMaker Studio particle system is that you need to manually remove items from memory when not in use. Unlike standard game objects, particle systems will remain in memory even if you change rooms. The easiest way to handle this is to place memory management code in the room changing events of your game objects. So, since we're just starting and stopping our game, it's not very important to clean it up, I guess. And since we're running it on our create, on our controller, so they're always accessible, I'm fine with these being in memory through the whole time. I think that, and then GameMaker cleans it up when you shut down the game anyway. So for my needs here, I'm not going to worry about that. Maybe we might optimize that if it becomes an issue later on, but I think that should be fine. So we've got that create. Now, what are we going to do for an explosion? So I'm going to say part type shape, and I'm going to say global P type explosion. I'm just going to copy this because I'm going to be using that a bunch. Shape, and what shape do I want for my particle system here? Particles, come on. Particles. Particle types, here we go. So if the explosion, oh look, we have literally an explosion particle that we can use. Perfect. We'll do, what is it? PT shape explosion. Cool. And for the part type size, I think we're gonna do, so since this is scaling, I'm gonna say 0. You know, I think the thruster size is fine. Size max 0.5. Size increase, we do want to kind of like increase, so I'm going to say increase it by 0.2, maybe 0.02. And then for the wiggle, size wiggle, I'm going to leave the size wiggle set to 0 because I don't really want it to wiggle that much. I just kind of want it to and then like fade. So yeah, part type, what's next? Let's see, what do we want to do? We're going to say part type direction. We're going to set it to go all directions. So global p-type explosion. Direction minimum is going to be 0. Direction maximum is going to be 359. The direction increase, I don't know if we want it to really like increase direction, like as you go, as the particle lives on. So I'm going to say that's fine. For wiggle, I'm also going to say 0, because I don't think that's what we want a particle to do. Let's see, for the speed, part type speed, I don't think we want it to go very fast. So I'm going to say speed minimum, I'm going to say 1, speed maximum, I'm going to say 3. For now, and we can tweak that as needed, of course. Speed increase, it's going to be 0. We don't want to increase, actually, like, we want the explosion to be fast at the start and then, like, slow down. So maybe we do want to do a negative speed increase. So I'm going to say 0.05. Maybe we might make this a more extreme speed here, 3 to 5. Speed increase, we just did that. And speed wiggle, I'm going to say 0 on the wiggle, because that's not what I want to have for that. Now, I think we should do another 3-type color here. So I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm just going to swap out the index that we're doing here. So p-type explosion. I think that'll work great. We also need to specify part type life. So how long this should live for. So I think that boom, it should live for, I'm going to say 30 to 60 for each particle. There we go. So let's see what this does. And then in my object projectile here, when we collide with a bad guy and we destroy ourselves. So we're creating a shields impact. That might be another particle thing that we can play with in a different episode. We want to emit a burst of particles. So I'm going to just do another script here so we can keep this nice and clean. Script. I'm going to name this SCR explosion. I'm going to say SCR emit explosion. There we go. And let's get rid of this junk here. We don't need that. Okay, cool. And I'm going to do a similar thing to what we did with the thruster particles here. I'm going to be setting a region. And I'm going to be setting it to burst. So, P system emitter, the XY of where it's going to be happening at, get out of here. I want it to all emit from, oh, just come on, get out of here. Stop giving me that autocomplete. No, stop it. There we go. I just want it to just emit from just the one point. I don't want it to emit from like an area. I want it to just emit from the one point. So I think this is going to be really handy, being able to specify a area when we do our shield particle effect, if we can get that to work. So that'll be cool. For the particle that we want to make, it's going to be P-type explosion, and I'm just going to make, I don't know, like 100. And we'll see what happens. This should be cool. Determine, set up the region where the particles should be created. Boom. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to call SCR emit explosion. And I'm going to, I think I might do that in either case here. So I'm just going to move this up here, because otherwise I have to do it twice to account for like if they're hitting shields or not. So I'm just going to do it once up here, and then we can do the calculation, all the damage stuff before, after. So let's save this, and let's go back up to my ship. And I'm going to set this to use ship 1 so that it has a rocket launcher on it. I'm going to save it. And I hope I didn't break anything. Okay, I'm going to shoot this guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That looks awesome. Oh my god. That's a lot of explosions though. Holy wow. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to our projectile, because we forgot one very important key detail. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think what we might want to... That's fun. So we have like a if projectile type explosive here, where we're doing yeah. Yeah, this is fun. So we're bursting for the trail, and then we also want to do. So we're just going to do if p type equals, and we're going to say projectile type explosive. Only then do we want to go kaboom. Kaboom. Otherwise, don't do anything. Nice. Okay, let's try it now. So let's shoot this with a rocket. Boom! That looks pretty cool. So I think we can probably reduce... That looks awesome, actually. I think we can reduce like how fast it's going. That's great. I love it. Okay. So that's fun. So let's go back to our particle. Let's make this move, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 instead for the speed. Save it and run it again. Boom. I missed. Oh no, I hit it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Sweet. Nice. We beat that guy. Shoot that guy. Oh, I missed again. Yeah, take it. Stupid ship. This is fun shooting rockets at ships. This is great. I'm having a blast. No, I keep destroying them with my light cannons. Boom. There you go. There's another rocket for you. That's just for you. Alright, I'm going to go over here. Try to get like a little bit of distance on him. Come on. I need to be able to still see it, though. Okay. And then... Boom. Come on. Hit it. You know, I think for my rocket, I also want it to kind of go faster. So where's my projectile at? Speed plus equals 3. I'm going to go plus equals 5. Yeah, let's see if that makes it accelerate more. So let's fire a rocket and see if it goes faster. It does. Okay. I can see it. So like I'm firing like this cannon here, and you can see it just start to outpace that bullet as it goes. So that's pretty cool. Nice. Maybe we're going to crank it up a little bit more. 7. Nice. Sweet. We got explosions to work. That is... This is fun. Particles are awesome, man. I can't believe I didn't use these until now. What have I been doing with my life? Woo! Alright. We got explosions for our missiles. We got ship thrusters. Yeah, man. Life is good. This is sweet. I think one small change I'm going to make, though, is that for my rocket, I really want to set the origin back here, because I think what's happening is like especially like if you thrust this way, but like your ship is pointed this way, and you fire a rocket, the rocket's being created and it's creating the particle here, but it was also like you were still moving up, and it looks really weird. So I'm gonna set it back here, that way the particle always just kind of follows it a little better. So we'll see if this looks any better. That does look a little better. It still looks to me like... It looks to me like it's making the particle on, like, the side of the on the side of it. So let me just move it down a little bit, save it again, and then try it again. There we go, that looks better. Now the rocket looks good. Amazing. We've done it. Yes, we got ship boosters, we got explosions, we got rocket trails. Not bad for first using particles. I'm pretty happy with this. This is nice. So yeah, I think maybe next episode I might try to play around with because I'm not happy with this shield sprite. So when I shoot a ship, that little shield that pops up, I'm not happy with that. I think I might try to rig up a particle effect, and we'll see if I can make that work. Yeah, that'll be fun. So cool. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.